Hi, so in today's video we're going to take a look at the internal Blue Retro wireless receiver for PlayStation 1 from Will's Console Mods. This was 50 pounds, which shipped, which for me worked out to about 62 United States dollars. And so it's an internal modification that gives you Blue Retro within your PlayStation 1. So there are definitely cheaper ways to get a Blue Retro receiver for your PlayStation 1. You can get a dongle from AliExpress. There's also a dongle you can get from 8BitDo, which is not Blue Retro, but as far as I know, works fine. But this one is internal, which makes it kind of neat. So we've got all the parts here. And so the way this works is you kind of solder this PCB to the back of your controller block, and it just kind of goes on like that. And you have to cut a couple traces and then connect this little control board to it. And I'm guessing this antenna too, although I don't recall that in the instructions. But also, mine is a 5500 Japanese model PS1 with a P18 board. And mine came with this bit of shielding around it, which I didn't see any indication of in the instructions, but I don't think it's going to fit on there with this PCB. So it wouldn't shock me if not all models had this bit of shielding. That kind of thing can vary wildly from model to model. But I'm gonna install this off camera, and then we'll start putting it through its paces, and I'll have any notes on the install once I finish it. So I'm gonna go install it. All right, so we are up and running. As you can see, I've got it paired. Actually, I had some difficulty getting it to pair. The instructions on the Will's Console Mod site said that only X input mode works, but I was able to get it working in switch mode. What I have here is the PlayStation Classic controller with the 8BitDo wireless mod. And as you can see, it's got that red LED, which means that controller 1 is paired. And it is indeed working. I don't have any equipment to lag test this, but we'll try a game or two. So I'm just gonna put in my MemCard Pro so we can try this thing out with various mods, and we'll maybe load up Rayman, and you could see, and it just dropped. Let's see if it works. Yep, there it goes, okay. So Rayman, fast load. So latency should be similar to other Blue Retro devices. I don't see why it would be any different, but we'll give it a test here, and I'll hit the jump button, and you can see how it goes on screen. But the install was pretty easy. You just have to solder it to the back of the PCB on that controller block there, and it had a bunch of points you just have to flood with solder and then cut those traces, and you're kind of off to the races. The shielding around the controller block, indeed it didn't fit, so I just left that off. And also there was another piece of shielding from inside the console that looked like it might come in contact with the back of the mod's PCB. So let's just start. So I just put some Captain tape there to protect it. And I don't know why I didn't see my Rayman save games, but this is not a test to the MemCard Pro, so we're just gonna keep going here. All right, so like I said, this is in switch mode, so I'm gonna, hopefully you can see it, it's not too bloomed out. I'm just gonna hit the button, and you can see when he jumps. So it feels good to me, but I don't count myself someone particularly lag sensitive. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Pairing it was fiddly, but I honestly feel like that's always the case with Bluetooth stuff. And I'm sure the lag isn't what it could be if if you're using an RF device, but it's sort of inherent to the technology of Bluetooth that it's slightly laggier. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to somebody, and hopefully you'll see some more videos from me. Take care. Bye.